Now let us discuss about the table. So in this introduction slide, we have updated the data with the help of numbering format, which we have used earlier with this. But now I thought that let us convert this data into the table. So how we are going to do that too? So if you click on this table, you can see that few of the boxes are coming up over here. Also the insert table directly one tab is coming up over here. If you want to draw the table manually, you can select. If I press the draw, you can select. If you do like this, one cell will be pop up. So likewise, you can add up the table. But now, and also another point which is Excel spreadsheet. So if you want to link these two things with the Excel and the PowerPoint presentation at that time, this table will be very useful. But currently, this tab is there. But in future, if we may require, if you can see that this table, if I have clicked on that, you can see this table is coming up over here. Here it is same as the Excel. If you have not checked out my another Excel tutorials, you can go through that, where I have very well teach you about this all the Excels in the separate course. So from that purpose or perspective, we can add up the Excel table. But right now we are not going to use that Excel table. So I have escaped it, and let us remove this table manually. Okay, and now we are going to add the table with this help of this box. You can see that if I hover my mouse from here, it is showing me as a 1 by 1 table. If I just drag my mouse to the right hand side, it is showing 2 by 1. That means that 2 column 1 row, 3 column 1 row, 4 column 1 row. Right now what I am thinking to have a 3 columns. First will be useful for serial number, second will be useful for the description, and third will be useful for the slide number. So accordingly I required 3 columns and 4 different rows, because our line items is 4. But you can see that first row is somewhat highlighted with the dark color, which we will use for the heading purpose. So we have increased one more additional, and we have selected this. If you click on that, you can see that one table is coming up. Now I will paste all this data. Before doing that, we are going to put up some heading like serial number. You have to press the tab to jump to the next corresponding cell, and then after we are going to write down as a description. Okay, and another point we required as a slide number. So what we are going to do, 1, 2, 3. I am doing with the down arrow key, 1, 2, 3. Earlier we have used tab key to shift to the next cell, and now we are going to just paste all the description. I have updated all the text in the description tab by copy and the paste, and now we are going to add the slide number. So what are the slides like? Here it is slide number 3, here it is 4, difference between search engine and AI, and here it is 5 for the prompt engineering. So we have not discussed about alternate, we will put it slide number 3, difference between search engine. We have covered both the things over here only, and the prompt engineering I have placed in the slide number 5, correct? But it is not looking good. So what we are going to do, we are going to merge both the cells. So for that purpose, you have to select both these cells, and you just press this button. You can see that both the cells has been merged as a one single cell only. Now we are going to understand about this table design and the layout in this tutorial only. So this is header row. If you don't require header row, you can just deselect this. If you select, header row will be coming up. If you want total row, you can see that last row has been little bit darker. So that means that will be useful for totally. But right now I don't require banded row. You can see that this is the pending, like dark light colors are going on. We are going to use first column. If you want to highlight, you can use this. If you want to highlight last column, you will going to use this. And banded column, like dark light color, you can use this part. But now we are going to use only this step. Sorry. If you want to change the layout or design of the table, if you don't like this orange color, and if you want to move forward to the a little bit green side color, you can use this part. But if you want to do particularly selecting the shading of the cell, like if I want to do a serial number cell as a, I don't require this, but I am going to use as a blue, but it is not like matching color. So what we are going to do, we can select this green color, but let me do again. Here, if you go in the table background, not the table background, but you can select this more with the fill color. We want this greener shade, but with the help of our rear bit of brown shade. Okay, so we are going to use this. So by this way also you can select the color. If you want to select particular color from here, you can select, but right now we are going to select this. Okay, you can see our serial number has been highlighted with the somewhat different color. So this is just a trial purpose I have taken. This is regarding the borders. Whenever you don't want to have the border, you can select. If you want to have all the borders, what we are going to do, we are going to select whole table, and all. If you press all border, you can see all the lines is been coming up. Again, table tab has been removed. You just have to press here or put the cursor inside the table, and the borders will be coming up. Now the effect, which will change whole our attractiveness of this slide. So that let me go to this. I am going to select whole table, and I am going to put out our some of the shadow. So here there are the cell bevel. You can use this cell bevel. You can try it by yourself. If I click on this, you can see that these cells are little bit converted. I don't like this. So what we are going to do, we are going to select as a none, as a cell bevel in the effect. And in this effect tab, we are going to apply some of the shadows behind this table. So you can see, yes, I'm going to select. Here different types of shadows are available. You can select whatever you like. And the reflections are a little bit like if you have placed something in the water, it is like reflected or mirror. So these are the things you can use by yourself. Here quick styles are available. If you want to update the text, these are the part of the table style, but now this is the part of the text. So if you select this text, you can see the changes, right? I'm not going to use any of the word art currently, so let me keep it as usual. Now what I want, that these all the serial numbers whole column, I want to select whole column. You can see just small arrow is popping up over here. If you want to select row, you have to click like this, but I want to select this whole column. And now we are going to change the text manually. So you can see that I want little bit, not a blue, but lighter side, we can say the yellow color. You can select, but it is not matching with our background. So what we are going to do, again we are going to mode fill color, custom, little bit lighter side we will go with the manual operation, and OK. And now it is perfect. If you want to change the theme color, so here I think it is not applicable, so we will just remove. And if you want to have some glow or shadow for particular text, you can, if I have selected this whole column, and we will have some of the glow. You can see now the serial number. Look, I am just little bit giving some of the little glow as a red color. Okay, that's it. So this is the beauty of the table. And now here these are the, if you want to change the border like dotted line, so but this is manual operations. You can see the draw borders. So by this way you can manually draw the table. If you want to add some of the table like this, you can see this whole table has been added, but I don't prefer to use this thing, so we are not going to do that. But in future if we require, then we will get understanding of this. Now in the layout, you can see there are the few of the important things are available. Now we will learn about this. Here what we are going to understand, we are going to understand all this section. So here it is just for the selection of select column row, which we have done manually with the help of this small button. Like here we have selected whole column. If you want to insert some column right side, we have to use this insert right. You can see one additional column has been edited or added. Now we don't require, we will do Control Z. If you want to add some additional row bottom of this 3 row, you just have to select the row and insert below. You can see one additional row has been coming up. So by this way you can add or remove the row. Here we have understood about the merging cell. If you want to split the cells, you have to use this. Currently height of the cells has been mentioned over here. If you want to equally distribute, sometime we used, currently I am not going to use, but let me what we are going to do, we are going to delete this whole text, and we are going to, let me first delete this whole again, and we are going to center it over here. We are going to increase somewhat width of the table. Okay, and here the text is going in the second row, so we are going to little bit slide down, but here slide due to the slide number 2 lines it is taking. So here you can see small button is coming up, you just have to drag like this, so that slide number has been little bit shifted. Let me go again to the layout table. Here you can see that all the text has been written on the left hand side. Let me first give you the understanding. If you have done like this, you can see the second is a little bit larger or bigger cell, then this is not a good. So distribute row equally. Once you click on that, all the rows will be distributed equally. I am not going to use distribute column, otherwise what is it is happen, all the columns will be separated or segregated in the, but I don't like this part, so that I am not going to use. Currently all the text has been written as a left line. Going to do, we are going to have a center line for this first column. So let me press this first row also is a center line, and the last column also as a center line. Okay, now I am going to double click over here, automatically extra space will be removed. I hope this is clear to you. So by this way you can do, but here on the directions text is on the upper side, but I want as a centrally distributed. So now it has been centered. If I press this, it will be bottommost side. You can see our 4 is exactly center of this both the rows. If you want to change the direction of the text, you can use this part. Currently I don't require, so I am not going to give you the understanding. This is just a margin where you want to place this whole the table, and table size, if you lock the aspect ratio, the whole slides will be length and the width will be managed equally. Control Z, and this we will use whenever we require. This is generally for bring forward or send backward part. So I hope this table design is clear to you. Now you can see that our slide is a little bit more attractive than earlier, just only the text. So this I want to teach you, although this tutorial is very long, but here I have captured everything whatever I can. So we will meet you in the next tutorial. Thank you.